Hey bro, what's up? If you don't know my name is Rayon, and I want to make this point, okay? I want to make this video just before if anyone clicks off. Like this video will be just raw, in depth, and I'm gonna speak to my old self. This is the methodology. This is how I speak in my videos. I want to speak to my old self because my old self was struggling with this one thing. And honestly, I recently overcame it. And this is the reason why I'm making this video because I recently overcame this issue that I was dealing with. And this issue that I was dealing with is the issue of either you commit now, either you're going to commit to your self development journey or you'll be weak forever. What do I mean by that? Let's dissect this. What do I mean by you'll be weak forever? What I mean is, I'm gonna bring this closer. But I got a new tripod, so hopefully this works. All right. What I mean by you'll be weak forever is that right now you're playing with, you're playing two lives at once. You're doing two lives at once. That's like you're playing a video game and you're playing two characters at once. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna be good at any of them. And that's exactly what's happening. Right now you're struggling to commit to the self-development process. The habits don't stick well. The discipline isn't going well. Nothing is going well right now. And you go good for a couple of days and then you sort of just like, oh, I'll just relax or something. I'll just start doing something. I'll add in video games, and then I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like you forgot the entire point. You forgot the entire point of being disciplined. It's not about whether you feel like doing it or you don't feel like doing it. Like that's the entire definition of discipline. The definition of discipline is to do something when you don't feel like doing something. If you're letting your brain just automatically be like, oh, today, whatever, I'm not gonna do anything. I just wanna have some fun. Like, you forgot the entire point. Okay? And also, one more thing is, you don't see the pains of your situation clear enough. You don't see the problems of your situation clear enough for you to truly make a commitment to change. If someone had a gun to their head, I can guarantee you, because of all of that pressure, they're gonna change to whatever the gunman wants them to be like. 99% of people. They might be the 1% of people that's super brave and that's super courageous, and good for them. But there's 98, 99% of people are gonna shapeshift and they're gonna change to whatever the gunman is gonna tell them to do. You don't see the consequences of your issues right now. You think, oh, it's all good. I got time. I'll just do it later. Oh, I'm just in, there's so many, excuses, that's happening. Like, you don't have an urge to change. You don't have an urge to work hard. You don't have an urge to make it. But you know what's crazy? I learned this recently. You know where you are right now. You don't want to be where you are right now. Physically, mentally, your confidence, your money wise, everything wise, you know that you are probably the worst version of yourself right now. And yet you want to stick to this version of yourself like it's your best friend, like it's where you want to be. You have to realize the biggest motivation in life is the fact that I am not where I want to be. That's what should get you out of the morning, get you out of bed in the morning early, even if you got less sleep. That's what you should get you out because you realize I am not where I'm supposed to be in any way of my life, in any way, shape, or form of my life. That should be your biggest form of freaking motivation. The fact that you don't know until you aren't where you want to be. Like, for most of us, we're so weak, we're so skinny, we're not mentally tough at all, we're mentally weak. We get treated like little children. Still, we fall into bad habits and we waste, hours and hours of the day. Nowhere in life are we winning. Nowhere in life are we really moving forward. So why stick to this life? Why cling on to this life like it's like some trophy? Why? I realize, bro, we are really our worst enemy, right? And the issue is when you do this, when you live in a bad manner, when you live like you're not really moving forward, The issue is this goes to your beliefs, and this goes it adds on to your belief, and now you think, oh, I'm just lazy, oh, I'm just this, or I'm just a weak person. And then because you have these beliefs and you truly believe in them, you act more weaker. And then it just keeps reinforcing, and this belief keeps reinforcing to the point where now you're just super weak. And because you're super weak and you know you're super weak, you act more weaker than you are. You have to realize discipline is not about resisting. I'm gonna resist sugar. I'm gonna resist video games. It's not about resisting. When I got onto self development, do you think I was like, I had to resist cookies in the freaking cookie jar? Do you think that I had to just all of a sudden resist this? I did not resist. I grew out. I don't have to be like, oh, man, I was really craving those cookies. Those cookies look so good, but I gotta stop. You're going against the current. You're going against yourself. The moment you're just like, oh man, I have to resist. If don't resist, if you resist, you will fall back. Any habit, if it's not effortless, if it's not something where you just like seep into it, you're gonna fall back. It's not about resisting. The issue is the biggest reason why you aren't committing to the process of your self development is because you're still resisting. You're still swimming against the current. You're still thinking, man, I don't wanna wake up at 6:30, but I have to. No, you should have this urge and this desire to wanna wake up at 6:30. When I got on self improvement, I chose to wake up at 6:30. Why? Because I was tired of waking up at 10 and 11. I was tired of waking up at 10 and 11 a.m., scrolling on my phone for 2 hours, going on websites I shouldn't go on, going on Instagram and Snapchat, sending streaks in bed while I was just scrolling my life away at like in the morning. That should be enough motivation. I want to wake up at 6:30. Why? Because now I'm out of that life. I don't want to even associate myself with that version of myself. If I look back at some of my pictures, I don't, and this might sound crazy to some of you, I don't associate with that person. Like I genuinely don't know, like I don't recognize as that as me. And this was the version of myself 2 years ago. I genuinely look at that person, I'm like, there's no way I was this person. I look at it as a completely different human being now. Just myself 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I looked at myself as a completely different human being. You're swimming against the current. You're fighting the desires instead of just choosing not to do them. And I'll explain how you can choose not to do them. It's as effortless and simple as choosing to live a new life. When you choose to be a different person, when you choose to live a different life, you automatically stop doing half the things you stop doing. Okay, let's be honest, right? Jails, prisons. Well, what's the main purpose of a jail and a prison? Because then the main purpose is you take a criminal, right? A convicted criminal, you put him in prison, and the entire point is in prison, it's supposed to make them better. Like it's supposed to, bro. We know that prison systems are just freaking scams. We know that they're not actually meant to make people better. In fact, people go to prison, they come out more worse than they actually were. Prisons, I mean, we can get into another conversation about that later, bro. But that was the entire point of prison, like to quote unquote fix the people, fix the population, right? What happens? These people go to prison. Let's just say they don't drop the soap, damn, like, right? And they have these gang wars in prison. They literally make gangs in prison. If the entire point of prison was to get someone out of a gang to fix his life, why are they making gangs in prison? But that's how it's made. So these guys make gangs in prison. The entire point of prison is to get someone in and to help him change his habits, change his mindset about life, about death, about crime. Make him feel shameful and bad about the life he used to live and help him make a change to become a productive citizen. That's the premise. That's the main point of prison. Where do they do that? They go to prison, they don't change his mindset. They don't change his habits. They don't help him live a better life and make better choices. They just leave him there and let him do whatever he wants. Oh, just do your time. 6 months. Comes out, starts doing crime again. What the heck? Was that prison? That's like just putting him away in a cupboard in a freaking locker until he just comes out again. That didn't fix a problem. So you have to look at your life like that. Make your own prison. Make your own prison, but actually make it work. When you look at your own prison, you have to look at it in a way where I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna change everything about myself. It's like this, bro. It's like you know when you play some video games and like for example freaking GTA, right? It's like when you play GTA, you get a haircut and like you can go from like bald. You can literally become bald in GTA and then you can get hair again. Like it's a game, right? So you can get any haircut you want, even though it's not physically it doesn't make sense. You go in there, you go in there, become a different person, whatever. You change your clothes, you act like a different persona. You go from, for example, in GTA, you start off at level 0 and you dress like a freaking bum. And you're a freaking bum in GTA when you first join. And then you get some money, you get some clout, whatever, and you go to some stores, like, I don't know, Perseus. I forgot, bro. It's been so long since I played GTA 5. But did you know the stores in like the Beverly Hills area, like we can wear suits and whatever, and then you start wearing suits, bro, you have a different identity now because you're wearing suits and you're more richer and whatever compared to you being level 0. That should be your life. Your life should be the exact same way. You're just looking at discipline in a way of, oh man, this is so hard, guys. This is so hard, bro. You're freaking tired. Okay, you're tired of being feminine. You're tired of being a weakling. You're tired of being someone who's wasting his freaking life away. That should be enough mindsets. That should be enough motivation to be like, okay, now it's time for me to live in a masculine way. You should be choosing to go through pain. I choose to go through hardship because that's what makes me successful. That's what's gonna make my mind unbreakable. That's what's gonna keep me in positions and make me in positions. Like when I'm in specific situations, bro, I'm gonna be so much more capable than I used to be. I'm not gonna be a weakling crying to mama all day. Why? Because I've been through pain. I've been through hardship. In a world where it's so easy, you have to physically put yourself through hardship voluntarily in order to become more stronger, more masculine, and more disciplined and more unbreakable. Things we crave that life of, you know, confidence. We crave to become that man who's freaking capable. This is why we watch people like Andrew Tate. This is why we watch people like Iman Ghazi. We watch others like that are huge in the gym because they've been through something hard and then they can show the success. They can show their masculine energy. They can show their masculine powers. And some people might be like, oh, it's masculine powers. Don't listen to them. Let them. They're weak. As we know, men are supposed to be masculine. It's in the name. Masculinity. Men. It's in the name. Men are supposed to be strong. Men are supposed to be like leaders, capable leaders that people can rely on. Men are supposed to be respected. But yet, we were shunned. We were feminine. We were seen as weak. We were made fun of. And we know how freaking sucks, how much it sucks to be weak and feminine, and to be lazy, and to be purposeless. That's a big one. To have no purpose in your life. Your purpose should be to become your best self. Your purpose should be seeing yourself go through hardship and smiling because I went through that, bro. Yeah, I chose to go through that. Why do you think David Goggins, do you think he's resisting? You think every time he wakes up, he's like, I don't want to run. Okay, of course, he's going to have these thoughts of like, okay, not, like, it's hard. But he purposefully chose to live the life that he chose to live. David Goggins purposefully chose to run across the country, however many miles he ran. He chose to go to the gym and train the way he does. He chose to go to the Navy when he was down bad as someone fat. You know, when he went, if you read his book, Can't Hurt Me, when he went to the tryouts for the Navy, like he went to the, I don't know, one of the tryouts, you can say. The person who's gonna admit him to the Navy, I forgot his name, it's like a general or something, I forget. He told David Goggins, you're overweight. David Goggins chose the Navy to make a change in his life. He hated the way his life was going. He hated the fact that he was so weak and just flabby and fat and just ugly and insecure, and he hated how much he was destroying and eating up his life away. He wanted something to look forward to. He wanted a purpose. He wanted to see himself finally win and grow. David Goggins needed a way out of his freaking misery of life. And the Navy provided him hardship. The Navy provided him difficulty. But he came out of that as a freaking bullet. He came out of that as a freaking boulder, a stone. He has mind of stone, bro. He's so much stronger. He came out of that a different human being. He lost all the weight. People were so impressed. He built a physique that's very sick. He runs and runs and runs and runs. He feels like a freaking animal. He feels like a machine. That's where purpose comes from, when you know that you're your best self. This is what you need to remember every single time that, you're thinking, but I don't feel like. No, your goal is to become a machine. Your purpose is to become a machine. It's not to resist discipline. You should be choosing discipline because I want to become my best and my most capable self. That's why you should be choosing discipline, bro. That's the reason why you should be choosing discipline. See how much it changes, your mindset shifts when you go from I don't want to eat sugar to I don't eat sugar. I'm not a freaking weakling who just keeps munching on sugar. I'm choosing to live like someone else. I'm choosing to live like someone who's disciplined because I want to be strong, because I want to be capable, because I want to be successful. I'm choosing to live like the top 1% men in our times. This is what's going to help you make a full shift in your life. This is what's going to help you make the biggest shift in your, this is what's going to help you commit, bro. When you choose to live like someone else, and when you choose to live in that purpose of constantly evolving, constantly changing and winning. That's enough, I guess, for me to say. I think I don't really need to add anything more to this video. But hopefully this benefited you, bro. And hopefully this gave you a wake-up call. Hopefully this told you, straight away, bro, it's not about resisting. Oh, I'm going to wake up. Oh, I don't want to wake up. You should be looking forward to waking up early. It's about inviting it. I invite pain. I don't run away from it. Just to end it off, if you're someone who is not inviting the pain, right? If you're someone who consistently resists pain or discipline, you got it wrong, as I mentioned throughout the video. But specifically, this is why most people on New Year's resolution can never lose weight. Most people on New Year's resolution can never lose weight because why? Because they look at discipline and they resist it. They're like, I have to force myself. I have to force myself to go on a veggie diet. I have to force myself to go on a veggie diet. No, you idiot. You don't have to force yourself. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying those people who try to lose weight on New Year's resolution or the first 2 months or whatever, and then they all quit because you're like, I have to force myself to go to the gym. Man, that's so difficult. No, it's not. It's not difficult if that's part of you. Is eating difficult? Is going to the washroom difficult? Is brushing your teeth difficult? Is going to McDonald's difficult? Is going to the movies and watching cinemas every freaking weekend is difficult? No, none of these are difficult. Why? Because you want to do it. You should be wanting to do the same thing with the gym. I love the gym. I love going there. I swear, I'm wearing Gymshark right now. I love it. That's my therapy. I love going there. It's not about, oh, man, I gotta force myself. No, I want to go there, bro. I look forward to that. Why? Because I'm building the best version of me. I go there and I'm sculpting my body. I'm sculpting my physique. That's why. I eat clean because I want to, not because I have to. These people, they got it all wrong. They think, oh, I have to commit. No, no, no. You should be seamlessly, effortlessly, elegantly wanting to live that lifestyle. And becoming disciplined and becoming our best self is our roots to success, to becoming that elite man that we want to be, to become absolutely, absolutely essential to society, essential part of our family, the leader that we always want to be, and to kill that weak feminine self that's within us. All right, it's time to lock in, bro. It's time to commit to the process. I recommend creating like a persona, like a get a Google Doc and just put a bunch of pictures. Go on Pinterest.com and just go and just copy and paste a couple of pictures of the man that you want to live, the lifestyle you want to live, the habits that you want to have, the physique that you want to have, the stuff like that. I recommend it. Go on Pinterest and do that right now on a Google Doc. Try that right now. All right. And if you need any questions or any help or anything, bro, connect with me on Instagram, and I try to reply, or I want to reply to every single DM. I made a new Instagram down below. You will see it doesn't have any followers right now. Hopefully that's gonna grow, and hopefully this channel is gonna grow, because I really want to get this channel, and my goal is with this channel is to really connect with everyone here, is to really have a brotherhood of absolute just beasts, absolute machines, just strong men that want to become their best self, men that are waking up early. I'm constantly, keeping myself accountable on my Instagram, posting myself doing push-ups and posting myself doing my morning routine, so that, like, if you like, just know, if you're wondering if I'm disciplined or not, just check my Instagram. It's everything's there. Every single morning, with the permission of God, I plan, and I'm posting myself doing my morning routine. I'm posting myself doing my push-ups, because I want to keep myself accountable, and I hope I can keep you accountable and inspire you to live like your best self. Other than that, I love you, bro, and I'll see you very soon.